How Guinea coup leader Mamady Doumbouya overthrew Alpha Conde to become president. If you're someone who really follows African news, then you must be familiar with the name Mamady Doumbouya. Mamady Doumbouya is the newest African president currently serving as the interim president of Guinea. How Mamady, became president is very interesting because he was one of the very loyal to the former president Alpha Conde until he partly, if not entirely, masterminded the coup which led to his overthrow. We have a video on the rise and fall of Alpha Conde which you can watch by clicking on the card on your screen. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you don't miss any of our videos. Colonel Mamady Doumbouya is a Guinean military officer. He was born on the 4th of March 1980 in Kankan, a city in Guinea east of the national capital Conakry. Very little is known about his early childhood days, but this Goliath-sized lieutenant colonel is no stranger to Guineans. Colonel Doumbouya is married to a French woman called Laurent Doumbouya, who is an active duty member of the French National Gendarmerie. The couple have 3 children. He was first discovered exactly 3 years ago on the occasion of the 60th anniversary of independence of Guinea. Mamady Doumbouya participated in the ceremony as commander of the Special Forces Group, an anti-terrorism unit established in the army at his proposal. As we all know that he is from Guinea, most probably he must have completed his education from his hometown, but the exact fact of his education is still a myth. Military background in international operations. Mamady Doumbouya was recruited to the Guinea army and was later taken to France to join the French Army Legion, where he served until 2018. He is a certified officer of the War College with more than 15 years of military experience, including operational missions in Afghanistan, Ivory Coast, Djibouti, Central African Republic, and close protection in Israel, Cyprus, United Kingdom, and Guinea. Major Mamady Doumbouya has successfully completed the Operational Protection Specialist training at the International Security Academy Israel, the Unit Commanders Training Course at the École d'Application de l'Infanterie EAI Senegal, the Staff Officer Training Course EEML Libreville, and the École de Guerre de Paris. He embarked on numerous other missions and was duly successful. His return to Guinea. Having served in the French Foreign Legion for several years, Colonel Doumbouya was asked by the then President Conde to return to Guinea to lead the novel established Elite Special Forces Group GFS in 2018, whose remit was to fight terrorism and maritime piracy. Wearing red berets, sunglasses, and striking uniforms, they made a strong public impression. Little did he know he was employing his successor. In February 2019, Lieutenant Colonel Doumbouya represented his country at the Flintock military exercise in Burkina Faso. This military exercise, organized by the US military in Ouagadougou, brought together several high-ranking officers from the African continent. Among them was Assimi Goïta, the officer who overthrew Malian President Ibrahim Boubacar Keïta from power on August 18, 2020. Rumors have it that Colonel Doumbouya had dealings with Assimi Goïta for some tips before he overthrew President Conde. Doumbouya's superiors testified how expertly he executed his missions when he was with them in Guinea. He was based in Fort Caria, Western Guinea, where he served under the Bureau of Territorial Surveillance (DSD) and the General Intelligence Service. The coup d'etat. On Sunday, September 5th, after heavy gunfire around Conde's presidential palace, the Guinean leader was arrested by soldiers who announced a takeover of power. Images of Conde looking confused, worn out, and in company of stern-looking soldiers soon flooded social media. Lieutenant Colonel Mamady Doumbouya promised the following day to set up a unity government to oversee a transition period and vowed there would be no witch hunt against the former government. Promising to change the political landscape of Guinea, the military special forces dissolved the constitution and shut the country's land and air borders. Lieutenant Colonel Mamady Doumbouya, the head of the special forces, said that government corruption and mismanagement hastened the revolution. Mamady said Conde will not go on exile in his own words. He said, "We are no longer going to entrust politics to one man. We are going to entrust it to the people. We come only for that," declared Colonel Mamady. Colonel Doumbouya also quoted the late Jerry Rawlings of Ghana, who took power in 1979, as saying that if the people are crushed by their elites, it is up to the army to give the people freedom. He accused the government of mismanagement and gross corruption, resulting in the poverty among the citizens. He also promised Guineans that his rule will be short-lived and that the transformation process will be speedily done and the institutions will work again, thus time for the entire nation. But the big question remains, how true are his promises? Considering the long history of African presidents holding on to power much longer than they promised to, what makes Mamady Doumbouya any different? Well, I guess time will be the ultimate judge for that. After his takeover, many international bodies condemned the act. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres condemned the coup d'etat in Guinea and demanded the immediate release of President Alpha Conde. The US State Department also issued a statement headed on the military seizure of power in Guinea and said the United States condemns today's events in Conakry. ECOWAS, UN, US, Nigeria amongst others all didn't agree with the coup, but it seems the coup leader doesn't really care about his oppositions and has shown no concern towards meeting their demands. The question remains, is this over, or should the people of Guinea look out for future uncertainties and further assurances from their new military president? It seems Doumbouya followed up his lessons from Assimi Goïta closely and staged a successful coup. Well, as of now, nobody knows his true intentions except he claims to give back power to the people. On September 18, 2021, Doumbouya downplayed possible economic sanctions by ECOWAS, saying through a spokesman that, as soldiers, their work is in Guinea and there is nothing to freeze in their accounts. The ECOWAS representatives also urged the junta to allow ousted President Conde to leave Guinea. The junta has refused to do so. On 1st October 2021, Doumbouya was sworn in as interim president at Mohammed V Palace in Conakry. He announced plans to refound the state through a new constitution, tackling corruption, introducing free, credible and transparent elections, and respecting all the national and international commitments to which the country has subscribed. Under the current roadmap to restoring civilian rule, Doumbouya will not be allowed to run in future elections. As now, it is not exactly clear how long the interim government will be in power for. All will depend on how fast the new constitution can be established. Until a new constitution is established and free and fair elections conducted, Mamady Doumbouya and his interim government will continue to rule the country. He has promised Guineans a new dawn, and we are watching closely for how his reign will be. Hello Displorers, let's continue this conversation in the comments. Do you think Mamady Doumbouya will be different from his predecessor? Given that most African leaders hold on to power for decades, we would like to know your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed watching, do want to give it a thumbs up and do not forget to subscribe and share with your friends.